And we are recording. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Fort Worth 1 Million Cups. We are so happy that you are here today. We have two great presentations today, and I'm getting ready to share my screen in just a second here. Let me know when you guys see it. And share. Computer's a little slow today. There we go. Okay, again, welcome to 1 Million Cups Fort Worth. We are so happy that you took the time out of your busy day to show up from the beginning. There we go. So, welcome again. So, 1 Million Cups was founded by the Kauffman Foundation in 2012. 1 Million Cups is based on the notion that entrepreneurs and wantrepreneurs get access to education and resources in their community so they can effectively run their business. Our purpose is to help those with business ideas overcome economic independence through the power of education and community. So we believe in being a connecting community. We have innovative minds with educational resources that come together each and every Wednesday at 9 a.m. all across the United States. So how do we get the name 1 Million Cups? I like to think of it as we have 160 communities across the United States. Everyone meets at 9 a.m. over coffee, 1 million cups of coffee. So your smile is your logo and your personality is your business card. And I'll go into introducing our sponsors. So we have LeBeau Productions, who does our social media and marketing. So let's give a hand for LeBeau. We also have Accelerate DFW. They are our physical meeting place, but due to COVID, we have the opportunity to be on Zoom. So let's give Accelerate DFW a hand. So we also have Avoca Coffee Roasters that David and Anita Miner sponsor our coffee when we meet in person. So David and Anita Miner, they love entrepreneurship. So let's give them a hand in addition to Avoca Coffee Roasters. Yay! So we're so happy that you were able to attend today. Let me introduce some of our organizers. We have Joseph Barron. Hi, Joseph. Yay! We have Darlisa Diltz. Hi, Darlisa. We have LeBeau Colbert. She's also an organizer. William Sampson. Woohoo! Hey, William. We also have Frankie Simmons. Hi, Frankie. We have Christopher Bonner. I do not see his handsome face, but he's here. So hi, Christopher. We also have Connie with Busy Bee. She is not attending yet, but let's give all of our organizers a hand. We also have Steve Rosenbaum. Steve Rosenbaum is so great to provide the Zoom platform. So all our organizers are entrepreneurs and business leaders, and we love to give back to the community by being volunteers at 1 Million Cups. So today we have two exceptionally great speakers. We have Dyron Jolly. He's going to tell us about his company. He will have 6 minutes to present. Then he will have 20 minutes of Q&A from the audience. We ask that while he's presenting, put your phones on mute, anyone who hasn't done that. And we also ask that during the 20-minute Q&A, you put your questions in the Q&A box. Our precious organizer, Darlisa Diltz, will read those questions off, and Dyron will have the opportunity to answer those questions. Dyron, when you get close to your 6 minute in, I will, in the chat box, I'll tell you have 1 minute, or I'll hold up my finger saying 1 minute. Okay. Without further ado, let's give Dyron Jolly a hand and take it away.
All right. Let me get everything pulled up. Just 1 second here. Share my screen. Do you see my screen? Okay. First and foremost, I want to definitely thank you guys for this great opportunity to introduce myself, Dyron Jolly, as well as introduce my company, Anycounty LLC. We are a strategic marketing agency with the sole purpose of accelerating our clients and we do that at a fraction of a large agency cost. Just a little bit about our history. We were founded in 2013. We started out just as a research firm, but then we started to expand and add additional capabilities to our portfolio. So in 2016, we rebranded and we became a marketing strategy company really focused on building that roadmap to help accelerate our clients. And then we also began to do a little bit of brand development in 2018. And so we added that to our portfolio as well. And so we not only do research, we do marketing strategy, and we do brand development. Now we're at the phase where we are introducing our new technology, which is iReveal. And so that's what I want to spend the majority of today's presentation on, really talking a little bit about iReveal, what it is, who it's for, and why it can impact businesses. iReveal is a tool that is a marketing intelligence tool for the sole purpose of identifying marketing blind spots. What's going well within your company, where you're strong or where you're weak in the company, as well as what is your marketing spend as a return on investment for your company. So you can look at iReveal as a marketing audit system where it's going to evaluate your marketing program, really show you where you're vulnerable, where you're weak, but most importantly, where are the opportunities for improvement. And then the other feature that I briefly mentioned was the financial aspect of things. In terms of marketing, where you spend marketing dollars, and most importantly, is it very effective for you? So this platform is designed to do all those things: audit, track your marketing spend, and it's going to do it across your entire marketing program, from your digital marketing, branding, advertising, pricing, sales, customer engagement. It's going to assess all of those things so that you will be able to identify and expose the issues that could be impacting your marketing program or hindering your marketing program from succeeding. Why is this important? But what we noticed, of course, is that many small businesses fail. Okay, statistics show that roughly 50% of small businesses fail within a 5-year time frame. I think that is pretty significant. As we deal with our clients and as we look at other businesses, what we notice is that a lot of companies struggle with keeping customers through their pipeline, being able to get customers on a consistent basis. If you have no customers, that means that you really have no cash flow. And so if you don't have cash flow, that means that you really can't keep your business open. So struggling with customers is one of the main purposes of marketing, is to ensure that you have a consistent flow of people coming through your front door as a business. And so we notice that many of these companies that tend to fail, they are struggling with the ability to market. One of the reasons is because a lot of small businesses just don't understand marketing. They don't understand what types of things need to be in place in order for marketing to succeed and for it to thrive. And so a company can't fix what it doesn't understand. And so that is the sole purpose of the platform, is to help businesses and marketers understand what types of things let their marketing flourish. And so this platform is going to do that for you as well as other companies. It identifies those blind spots and those opportunities, and then it's going to enable you to be a better marketer. Okay, who are we targeting with this program? Small, micro businesses can definitely flourish with this platform. So for that owner who's great at their products and their services, but struggle with the ability to market, or that company who's grown, they got employees, and that one employee who used to answer phones, they given them the sole responsibility of being the marketer, but that person doesn't know anything about marketing, right? So this tool will help that type of individual ensure that they have the right things in place giving them the right information about what's going to help their company. And then also agencies such as Econ LLC, we use this platform to assess our clients to see where they are before we start working with them, so that we know how to really help them. So we target these three broad groups here. So what's the benefit? Okay, the benefit of our deal is going to generate awareness for you. Awareness of where your marketing dollars are going, the impact that the marketing dollars are actually having, with your strengths and your weaknesses. What this does is it's going to give you the direction, the clarity of where you need to be investing, how you need to proceed forward. Once you have that direction, now you can take action. And this is where many companies struggle. They start taking action before they really realize what they need to do first. So once you have that clarity, now you can take action. You can adjust fire. You can expand upon some things. You can maneuver a little bit, and then you sit back and you get the results of more clients, more revenue, and more confidence in your program. This is the interface of the platform. I do have a little video, but I don't think I'm gonna have time because Deidre has already given me like 1 or 2 minutes here. So I gotta go ahead and proceed forward. But as you see there are 3 major options in terms of how to purchase this platform. We have a build drone where like you only have a few marketing aspects going on in terms of advertising, and you can go in and just do one advertising assessment and just pay a small fee for that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on, but I know that I'm just about out of time. 6 minutes passes very fast. But what can 1 Million Cups do for us? This is a very new platform. We've been beta testing. We've had some of our clients go through it as we work with them. So what we're really trying to get now is users in the tool. And so we have a free trial version. And so one of the things that 1 Million Cups can do for us is just help us get users in the tool so that they can get in and feel the tool and give us feedback. That is number 2. We're looking for feedback for this great tool so that we can continue to improve it and also continue to improve small businesses. And then we are in the process of launching a marketing campaign over the next 2 or 3 weeks. And so we're going to be looking for a lot of engagement. So connect with us on social media, share our content, and just be involved with us as we look to grow this platform. So I'm going to go ahead and transition to the question slide here, which also has my contact information. And I'm going to pause right now because I know I'm completely out of time.
Dyron, thank you for that presentation. I just want to say I apologize because I'm not sure. It was it's some technological difficulties. So at first the sound was very distorted. Oh. So now it's much more clear. I'm not sure what was going on with the microphone. But anywho, great presentation. Thank you for your time. So in the next 20 minutes, you've already started. What can the 1 Million Cups community do for you? And I'm going to hand it over to Darlisa to help you with the Q&A.
Okay. All right, great presentation, Dyron. First question we have is, hello, do you also work with nonprofits?
Absolutely. We've worked with religious organizations and several other different types of nonprofit organizations. So our solutions are designed to go across different types of companies as well as different industries as well.
All right, so we have several comments of great concept, great presentation, great job. A question that is this a monthly fee or a one-time fee?
Yeah, so actually it's a one-time fee that we have it set up. We dropped the price low where it's pretty affordable, depending on the specific needs. But typically you would pay the fee annually, and then you can reassess or reevaluate at the end of the year whether you want to continue to press forward or not.
Awesome. Who are your competitors?
Uh, there, there are several companies out there that have, I guess, an internal assessment process or capability, but they're not really putting it out as a platform that just sits out there where you subscribe to it. It's more so for their internal use. That we've done a lot of research, and we found that companies typically have some type of auditing system, but it's more so for their specific clients.
Awesome. Can you give us any stats or stories on your customer success?
Well, regarding iReveal, not necessarily because it's a very new tool. We've just been beta testing, and we haven't officially launched in terms of going to market. That's where we are right now. But for the sake of our clients that we've used it with, we've gotten great feedback. A lot of clients, they go through and they complete the assessment, and they will realize, like, wow, there's a lot of things that I just don't have in place that I need to have in place. And so this tool just helped me get that clarity in terms of what it actually takes to really build a strong marketing infrastructure. So that's all we have right now is really general feedback from the beta testers as well as our clients. But in terms of official users, that's the phase that we're at right now, is trying to increase users and getting people in to test and get our trial versions used.
And if I may be a little biased, I have had the privilege of using the software, and it is an amazing software. Um, so a couple people want to know, are you still in need of beta testers?
Absolutely, and one way to beta test is through the free trial version. That will enable you to go in and play with the tool and get the feel of the tool, and then give us some feedback based off of going through everything. My development team is always on standby to make improvements, so we're always looking for that feedback. So the free trial is probably going to be about the best way to really go in and still impact the beta testing process, because everything is about testing and retesting.
From Shirley Staten, she says, I like it, and I think it definitely addresses the need of small businesses, and it's at an affordable price. You have a hello from Passport Promise Project, Miss Yolanda Powell. So say hi to Yolanda.
Hello, Yolanda.
Okay, hold on, switching. What makes you different from other companies?
uh, as a whole, in terms of income, or just iReveal? That's a question.
Let's just go with both.
Let's go with both. Well, from an income standpoint, we are a strategic marketing firm, right? And so one of the things that makes us different is that our sole focus is on the small to mid market companies. So that makes us better price is one thing, but not only that, our process in terms of how we onboard our clients and how we get our clients to the next level is very streamlined and is very educational as well. So we're not just creating your marketing strategy, creating your brand by ourselves, and we leave you with no information after the fact. What we want to do is teach you how to fish, so that you can continue that success regardless of if income is here or if you decide to move on. And so our process, what we get the most feedback on, is how we have created a systemic process in terms of how we actually execute our marketing, versus just we take it and we come back and we give you something. You can really pinpoint exactly which phase that you are and what the next steps are. The platform, really, we view it as something new in terms of a concept. There are some similarities out there, but this tool was created specifically for helping the small companies understand what types of things that they need to have in place that they don't have in place. Many marketing agencies will come in and do a marketing audit for your business to really show you where you're weak and where you're vulnerable, but that can get very, very pricey. So we wanted a platform that could do that, in place of actually coming in and doing a deep dive audit.
Awesome. So there is a request to go back to your features slide. And I'm assuming there is a question that's going to come after that. And while you are going back to the feature slide, what is the next step? So when do you plan to come out of beta testing?
Right. So right now we are in that phase where we're transitioning from the beta testing process to the process of we're trying to get to market. Again, we're gonna still do it as a soft launch, and so that soft launch is still somewhat of a beta testing process. So we'll be using a lot of the free trial version to really still get feedback from people, and then we will gradually go to the state of a full launch into the markets. So that's our approach, and that's kind of our next steps in terms of how we're going to progress forward with this.
Awesome. Are you a certified prime contractor?
So I am MBE certified with the with the Dallas Fort Worth Minority Supply Diversity Council. We haven't necessarily gotten a prime role. We tried to partner and come in as subs whenever possible, but we are certified.
And are you targeting any specific industry?
You know, each of our solutions kind of has its own audience, if you will. One of the audiences, or one of the industries that we're really focused on for our branding solution is construction companies that are looking to rebrand. They really need to have a refresh, new logo, new brand identity, as well as messaging. And so we've seen a lot of success with those types of companies for that particular brand. But for the sake of most of our solutions, we don't necessarily focus on a specific industry. It's really just based off of small to mid market companies at different phases in the business life cycle that they're dealing with.
Awesome. Okay. And Miss Yolanda says, I really like this concept. I will be in touch for an audit of my nonprofit. I am interested to see a result or see the results. So you have a friend in Yolanda.
Yolanda, I really like you. Definitely reach out. Definitely reach out to me, and we'll get you connected as soon as possible.
Awesome. Okay. And so can you go back to you had a breakout of all the different features, or not the features, but the sections of the iReveal. What do customers come away with?
Let's see, which slide was it again that you needed?
It's like a bar graph.
Oh, so these are the benefits in terms of what you're gonna get. That's really focused on the awareness, the direction in terms of where you're going, where you can take action and really get results. But in terms of what you're gonna get, you're gonna have access to the report where the platform shows you your overarching score, and then it's gonna go into each marketing component that you did the assessment on. and you will be able to drill down to the lowest levels in terms of what's actually weak about your program. So it starts high. It gives you that clarity in terms of what your overall score is, but it also allows you to really do a deep dive into, let's just say, branding, and what types of things that you need to have in place. Do you have a content library, for instance? And so, based off of what you've answered, the tool is going to give you a big snapshot of where you actually are. Also built into the tool is an action plan that you can take in terms of, if you're missing information, this is how you can go out and conduct research to get the information that you need. And most importantly, you get access to a marketing strategist, which will be Incon. And so you can set up time to really kind of walk through the action of the reports, as well as help map out a good game plan in terms of what's going to help propel your company forward.
Awesome. And so Howie says, great concept and great presentation.
Thanks, Alan.
And so I have a question of, are you interested in any type of partnerships, or who would be the best type of additive to your business to help you move your business forward?
Absolutely, great question. So some key partnerships for us are agencies. So other marketing agencies and consultants who work with various companies, and they need our platform, and we need them to help get us to their clients as well. And so that's a pretty great partnership opportunity there. And then also, we always look for additional development capabilities, and so there's some opportunities to kind of collaborate there from a technical side of the house, and we kind of have to customize and really see how we can benefit one another. But there are some partnership opportunities. We always welcome that. We just have to kind of sit down and explore what the win-win would be.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Darlisa. Awesome presentation, Dyron. Thank you so much for coming to 1 Million Cups and sharing your business. So without further ado, we're going to go into announcements. So if you guys could, if you're having an event going on that's beneficial to entrepreneurs, please put that in the chat box, because we love being that connecting unit. And then we are getting ready to go into our second presentation. Now this one's a little bit different. So what we have provided is an educational platform at 1 Million Cups, where we have entrepreneurs who have businesses that they want to share a concept to help your business grow. So we are in the presence of the wonderful LeBeau. So she's going to talk today about how to add interns to grow your business, or I'm going to shut up and let her take it away. She's going to have as much time as she needs, and then we'll go into Q&A and we will go from there. Welcome, LeBeau.
All right, thanks guys for having me on. I'm really excited about talking about this. And let me get ready to share my screen. Let's see. 1 second. Ooh. Goodness, how do you, oh Lord. 1 second. Okay, I'm trying to see how to go back. Go back. Oh, this is what happens when you do stuff on your phone. Hold on. Why is it not letting me? Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna start from the beginning. 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, all right. Now, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. All right. Great, great, great. All right. So let's begin. All right. So I'm going to title this for now as Scale Your Way to Freedom, Automate Your Business by Leveraging Internships. And I know this concept is not something that's familiar to everyone. It wasn't familiar to me about a year ago. And so now that I kind of thoroughly understand it, I realize this is a great asset to business owners. And let's get into it. Let's see. Now, I just want you to know from the beginning, this is a long haul type idea, right? This is not a quick fix. It's not going to be easy, but I just want you to know that you can do it. And I'm going to help you lay the foundation, but get ready to write. And hope we're going to make this video available so people can go back. Okay, so I want to get out some of the myths about having an internship program. First of all, the first myth is I can't afford to hire someone. Okay. The truth is many internships are for credit only, and many are international students who don't mind working for credit or a small stipend. Another myth is I have to be a large company to start an internship. No, that is not true. The truth is any size company can start an internship. 3, I'll have to have a staff first. Well, actually, you don't have to have a staff, just a structure. And that's what we're going to focus on today. Let's see. Number 4, I won't know what to do or where to start. The truth is, if you can organize a business, you can organize an internship. And I just want to say at this point that we're all seeking to grow our businesses. We want to go from solopreneur to employer, right? This is what we all have in mind to do. Eventually, we have to do it. So this is a way to kind of help you get started structuring your business in a way that you're going to need it to be structured anyway. And then also keep in mind that without this type of structure, you can't get investors, you can't get the capital infusions that you want. I mean, you can, but when it comes to getting angel investors, you're going to have all of this stuff ironed out anyway. So just look at this as a segue into a space that you're headed anyway, right? Okay, so in number 5, no one would want to work for my little old business. That's a question, that is a myth that was in my mind. But the truth is many interns are interested in all types of startups or small businesses. And some of them want to be mentored by an entrepreneur. So now, like I said, we will not be able to go over everything, but I just want you to know that I am available. If you have questions after this, you can actually go to my website right now, and I created a pop-up just for this that you can register for me to receive a link wherever I'm going to speak about this in the future. Okay, so let's go on. Now, you can do anything, but not everything. Right? Not everything. And you shouldn't be doing everything. And if you're trying to do everything, that's where you're going to have some major burnout. And this is why, as Dyron said, many businesses fail. So we need to get you out of that system of doing everything. So let's talk about some CEO pain points. Time management, task overload, too many or too few customers, marketing, and decision fatigue. These are just a few business owner pain points. And if I can speak for myself, the way that I got into this mindset of let me try this internship route is I stopped chasing a big check and I started focusing on a big team, right? I was all about trying to get that revenue. Why? Because in the entrepreneurial space, if you want to get anything, get anywhere, get any help, you have to be at a certain point of revenue, right? So everybody's like, hurry up and get to this point of revenue so that you can be developed in this way and that way. But in reality, you need to have a strong foundation to even get to that point. So I was like, let's slow down and figure out how I can get the support I need to even acquire that revenue and be able to acquire the workload that I say that I want, the amount of customers that I say that I want, and position myself. So I felt like this was a smarter route, right? Okay, so let's talk about the business owner versus the employer. There's a difference, a very strong difference. I can compare that to being an adult versus being a parent. You're going to have two very different experiences, and you're going to learn a lot of things on the parent end that you wouldn't learn as just being an adult, right? It's the same thing when it comes to business. A business owner works alone or with one other person usually. An employer manages 1 to 5 people or 5+ of team members, right? A business owner doesn't have time to satisfy all the needs of their business most of the time, but an employer has time to explore other opportunities while their business is running efficiently. A business owner uses most of their time trying to break even and turn a profit, while an employer utilizes their time supervising their business and making important partnerships. When you have other people working on those things, those menial tasks, it frees you up to be that innovator and that decision maker that you have to be, making decisions that only you can make. And one great way to start, and I'm going to say this here, is start with writing a long page full of tasks that you do that you don't want to do or that someone else can do for you. Because I was doing everything thinking I was the only one that could do it, but I was wrong. Finally, a business owner is responsible for themselves only, while an employer is responsible and liable for their employees, depending on what type of business they have. So there's a bigger responsibility that comes with being an employer, and that might seem scary, but it's worth it. So let's go to the next one. Now, the 6 cornerstones of being an internship employer. So there's probably even more than this, right? But for this purpose, I just want to give you an idea of the scope of what we're talking about on this journey. Now, don't be overwhelmed with this, okay? It seems like a lot, and it is, but if you have a process to it, you can tackle it one by one by one. And over a few months, you'll have something in place that you can work with, okay? So number 1 is early setup. How to get prepared for approval with Handshake. And I'm going to tell you who Handshake is. Now, we're actually only going to talk about number 1 today. We're going to talk about early setup. We're not going to talk about all these other things. But I do want you to keep in mind that this is just a surface level to a very deep topic of things that you have to have in place to do an internship. Don't get turned off by the amount of work that needs to be done, because you're going to be very glad you did it. Number 2, infrastructure. How to set up the process of each intern's role in your business's daily operations. 3, hierarchy structure. Structuring the roles, responsibilities, and protocols for your interns and team members. I like to call them team members because sometimes they can go in between being intern versus contractor, and so I just call them team members. Number 4, which this slide didn't let me put number 4. Number 4, the hiring process, systemizing and automating your hiring and vetting process. Number 5, training, creating and facilitating training automation, including course creating and quizzing. And finally, number 6, systemization, establishing times, agendas, assessments, schedules, and protocols for daily operations. So where do we usually turn when we're in a position where we need help? Entrepreneurs usually turn to their friends and families, colleagues, or online resources. We've all been there. Well, we've always run into the same problem. Families and friends, they're just family and friends. We strain our relationships trying to get them to act as employees in our business. We're often dissatisfied in their level of expertise, the work quality, their responsiveness, and I can just go on and on about that. We turn to our colleagues, but as good of friends and colleagues as we are and as capable as we are, a lot of people are in the same boat as you are. And we might, feel a way about our colleague not being able to respond or help us out, but they're in the same boat. They're trying to stay afloat also and trying to grow. So they don't have the time to devote to us what we need. And it's not anything that has to do with, how they feel about us or our business. And that's sometimes hard to overcome and realize. And then finally, the online resources, letting Google solve our problems, going to websites that are supposed to provide resources, but really some of these websites have serious gaps in communication. You go and you try to call a number or email somebody and you don't get a response, or you get a response 5 days later, 10 days later, and the website is just a bunch of blogs, right? So that's not very helpful. Now, number 1, before you can do any of this, you're going to have to hire an assistant. And when I say hire an assistant, I mean a professional assistant. I'm going to share something personal. As I was running around the DFW like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to stay on top of my income, making sure I never have to return to a 9-to-5, I was overwhelmed with all of the things that was getting on backlog of things I had to do for my personal business. I was literally to the point where I was in tears. Okay, I was in tears, just feeling like, knowing that I had a good idea, knowing that I had a great business, but not being able to act on so many of the things that I know that I'm supposed to be doing and can do, but I'm so overwhelmed with clients and work and being places and doing things. When I tell you, I couldn't take it anymore, and I was like, I don't care what it costs, I'm gonna find a way to make it work, and I did. And if you want help with that, on where I found my assistant, how I got her and everything, let me know. I'll talk to you about it. But there is a way that you can have a personal assistant. It's very affordable. These are quality people. Some of you may also already be familiar with the process, but you can't do and don't even try to do any of this without having an assistant, because first of all, when you start bringing these people on, you're going to need someone to be the liaison between you and them in the business and everything. And you need somebody professional, not your nephew, not your niece, not your kid. Believe me, I've tried it all. You're going to need someone who knows what they're doing and is educated to do it, and you can have it. You just have to find that small budget and find a way, and I can help you with that if you want help with that. So what is Handshake? Now, there are many other internship programs out there. I would say Handshake is the best. I've looked into other ones, and this is the most streamlined, responsive, versatile, most well-known program. And so it's a digital platform designed to connect students with employers seeking internship opportunities. It enables employers to connect with students through targeted outreach, dynamic branding, and digital features like virtual career fairs and events. 6 million plus active students and alumni profiles. You can filter through different traits you want to focus on, requirements. There's 500,000 employers from startups to nonprofits. This is where you're going to be competing with companies like Coke and Pepsi and all the big giants for these kids. And there's a way to go about doing that too. I'm going to tell you, the same types of kids that Salesforce and Microsoft and PepsiCo are employing, I'm employing. Okay, and you can too. Every school has their own requirements. So don't be surprised that the schools that you apply to, one says yes and one says no. Because some, for instance, Loyola is I'm not going to say Loyola, but there's another school does not allow non-paid remote internships for whatever reason. That's their rule. So not everyone's going to say yes, but you'll find that most will if you have everything in order. So search for and apply to a school. You can do that in person or you can do it online. I suggest you do it in person first, if you can. Search for and apply to a school, post your jobs, wait for approval. If you're declined, make the changes they tell you to make. You know, they'll let you know why you were declined. And then utilize virtual fairs, which cost usually between $180 to $250. Let me see, post a job, wait for approval. Okay, one other thing you will want to do is post that job on your website. I found that some schools want to go to your website and see that you have that job posted on some page. I don't know why, but it's something that some of them require. So just do it anyway, just so that you can. And then some schools will say, well, we don't want the job posted on your UTA will tell you, don't post the job on your website. Just refer everyone to Handshake. So it's kind of like you have to choose which school you're going to listen to. So what's the point of all this? First of all, you need to modernize and streamline your processes so that you are free to focus on critical decision making and growth. And this is what you owe the intern. We're going to talk about changing your view of interns. You may have had friends and colleagues who've had internships. The way they deal with their interns are not the way you need to deal with your interns. Don't take everybody's advice, because not everybody's program is a good program and not everybody is a good boss of their interns, okay? This is what you owe your interns. Number one, experience, personal reference, opportunities, acknowledgement, connections, training, coaching, motivation, patience, and empathy. And I would love to go on and on about how close I feel to my interns and how they've changed me and how just I admire and respect them so much. And I went from a person of looking how I can leverage an internship for my own reasons to a person that when I'm on an interview, I'm asking them, what do you need from me? What do you want? How can I help you? Because they're going to add value to your business. So you need to already be thinking about how you're going to add value to them in their career path. So let's get started. Early setup. Where do I start to get approved? Now, before you even approach Handshake, this is what you need to get in order. Number one, create a description of your internship that includes what your business is, the history, your mission, your goals, what you hope to achieve in the near future, all of that. You want to, number two, create a guideline for your internship with overviews and descriptions of the roles and policies. This is something you're going to have to provide for them early on. Number three, you want to create the positions you want filled and the description of the objectives of those positions. And this is going to be an interesting thing for you. Whatever it is you're trying to fill and get help with in your business, you're going to have to know about. Okay, so if you're thinking about, oh, well, I need this type of intern in my business. Well, do you know the roles and responsibilities of that person? You know, what they need to know, what they need to be doing on a daily basis. You're going to have to know that role inside and out. Because how are you going to monitor them mentor them, instruct them, and guide them if you don't know what their job is. Okay, number 4, create a development outline from week to week. The themes, topics, and with themes, topics, and assignments. So I created a OneNote, and we strayed far away from this, but I created a OneNote with tabs. And from week to week, I had on there the things that we would focus on, you know, what we were learning that week, the objectives, all of that. And that was my outline. I had one for every week, okay? With quizzes and all of that. Number 5, create NDAs, contracts, privacy policies, disclaimers, acceptance letters for your international students. Depending on where they're coming from, you're going to have an acceptance letter, and it has to be formatted a certain way for them to be able to stay in the country, because some of these students are here to in special programs, and they have to, in order to stay in the country, they have to have proper approval. Number 6, create a page on your site dedicated to listing this opportunity with the description of each position. Like I said, it depends on which school, but I would just do that because most schools want that, certain schools don't. Number 7, reach out to colleagues who are in the field of the intern's position to see if there's an interest in volunteering as a mentor. Now, some people, I'm going to tell you that a lot of your friends and colleagues are going to be apprehensive about having an intern, dealing with an intern. Listen, just because they're used to it doesn't mean, just because you're used to dealing with the intern, they're not going to feel comfortable with having somebody that close to them. They're not going to want to have to feel obligated to talk to them. So an easy way to do this is find some of your friends, colleagues that will agree to be a sounding board, a connection for them, or someone who wouldn't mind being job shadowed or interviewed. That's very little commitment on their part. And then most people say yes to that. If you try to get them to be a mentor or anything, or a teacher or whatever, that's when you'll find opposition. Not everybody is as interested in giving back to the community in this way as you are. So you have to be mindful of that. This is your thing, not theirs. Number 8, create a plan for how you'll communicate with them, a chain of command and a disciplinary point system, as well as an accountability system. We have Time Doctor. We were using Hubstaff before. We were having issues with that, but we have Time Doctor. We have what I created as a schedule and success sheet. We have a point system just in case they're, missing meetings, not turning in word, not communicating, things of that nature. You have to have deadlines. You have to have a structure for that, a hierarchy and all of that. So now let's go to the next part. So when you get invited, this is how you get invited to Handshake. Now, Handshake is kind of like an invitation basis. You can apply, you can go and try to apply as an employer. But the way that I got through is that I actually went down to the Career Development Center in UTA, and I talked to them, and they sent me a link, an invitation to get in. So you reach out to the school first and talk to the Career Development Department. Create a profile on Handshake and fill it out completely. That's for your benefit. Okay. Create, they have a place where you have your cover picture, your profile, and all that. Just the more you fill it out with more detail, the better for the schools, because that makes them feel like they can trust you, and they score you on that as well. Create promotional content to place online and at campuses to increase visibility. Remember how I said you were going to be competing with Coke and Pepsi and all these big giants? Okay, so these kids already have in mind what internships they want. Microsoft does not have to scout anybody. They're going to approach Microsoft. So they don't know about you. So the way that I did it is that I went down right to the campus. I put my own flyers up. I set up a booth, and I was there, and because I have experience in marketing, experiential marketing. I was like, you know, getting all the kids to come over there and listen to my pitch and everything. And so I, you know, was handing out flyers and stuff. So that helps to create awareness about who you are and what you're doing. Communicate with the schools, you know, ask them questions, post the jobs and make the offers attractive but transparent. You don't want to lie. You don't want to make it seem like you have the greatest internship in the world, and in reality, you don't have a lot going on. Be transparent about what it is you really have going on, what they'll be doing on a daily basis. But make sure you highlight the benefits. But whatever you highlight, make sure you also can deliver. And then finally, vet first, interview, vet again, and then choose. And what I'm talking about is how you're hiring. So I have a whole process on how I hire, and it's become more and more layered as I move forward, because now I know exactly who I need, and you'll learn that as you go. But you want to vet them first, right? Okay, let me just put it this way. When you do your criteria, everybody's going to be qualified on paper most of the time. It's going to be very few of these kids that don't qualify on paper. You have to get, aside from the paper and their degrees and all of these things, you have to look at who they are, their personality type, you know, and all that. And so you vet by that. You interview them to see what it's like to interact with them, what they're like, to know if they can represent your business the way you want it to be represented. And then I vet again by sending an additional survey to see where I need to place them, and so I can have a hierarchy to it and put them in the right place. I don't want to put them in the wrong place. So that's that. Then you can make your decision. Okay, so the next thing, where am I on time? How much time do I have?
You got about 5 minutes.
All right. So let's reframe your view of an internship and an intern. Like I said before, you might have had friends who've had internships, but this is a few things that you have to get your mind right on, okay? If you want your interns to like their internship, and if you want to have a good reputation with the school and all of that, there's a thin line between motivation and manipulation, okay? You don't want to manipulate the interns. You want to motivate them. Do not use what some companies do to make their interns competitive against one another. You want to excite them, but not make them turn against each other. The second thing, do you solve a problem for that intern? What is it that your company has to offer that they need for their career path? What are their needs? Make sure you understand that. Is what they're looking for aligned with what you believe in? So what are they looking for, and is that what your company is about? You have to make sure your core values and mission are aligned. Are they wanting something that you don't want to or can't provide? If you can't provide a stipend, make sure that you ask that on a survey or quiz so that they don't waste their time and you don't waste yours. Remember that you serve them. They help you. You are not their boss. Unless you are hiring them to work as a contractor, vendor, or employee, do not get it twisted and think that you can, I don't believe in doing this anyway, talking down to anyone or whatever, but you have to reframe these people. These people are helping you. So you serve them, you see what they need, and you try to also help them in return. Bestow recognition widely. Do not be one of those companies that only bestow recognition at the top tier. You must provide glory if you're not providing the gold. So if you don't have the money to provide for these kids, you have to provide recognition or some type of appreciation you have to show to them. Use deadlines, a point system, evaluations, assessments, trainings, and systems, but always have one-on-one interaction with it. It's going to be hard as you grow, but you want to make sure that that intern has a relationship with you one-on-one outside of the group of interns where they feel like they can talk to you on a personal level. You don't want them to be siloed into a department and nobody's talking to them and you're not talking to them, and that lack of dialogue will cause doubt and disillusion. Okay, so let's go to the next. This is just the tip of the iceberg, okay? But you can do this. I promise you can do this. So if you want to learn more, you can go to my website, fill out the form, or send me your email, or you can just email me and make sure you type internship in the subject line. And that way I can send you the link to this recording if you don't see it. And then, you know, I can let you know, because I'm probably going to talk about this again soon. So I think that's it.
That was great presentation, LeBeau. Thank you very, very much. So we're going to open it up for a little bit of Q&A, maybe for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then after that, can you guys put your information in the chat box if you want to be connected with on LinkedIn or anything like that? Please do that. I just have one ask, LeBeau, that the next time you do your presentation, can you put it on a bigger screen? Because some of us older people,
yeah, and that's why
difficulties.
I read it too, because I'm doing this on my phone because my webcam for my computer is so crappy. I need to get a good webcam. It was so bad. So, but yes, I'll do that in the future.
Yeah, that's why I use my camera and my phone, because my camera on my computer is not the best, but my phone is great. And so that's why you see me twice sometimes in meetings. But awesome, great information. So I'm going to shut up and leave it open for Q&A.
All right. I was so excited by that presentation. Man, I got a bunch of notes. So I'm excited. Okay, the first question was, how has COVID-19 impacted the internship program? And can interns work virtually, or will they need to be at a physical location?
So they can work virtually, and this is the best time to do that. With my company being a digital agency, we don't have to be in person. And so that works great. It also works great for me because I realized that I could spread my internship across the country, and that's what I did. So the first time I did it here for UTA, and now it's all over. I have kids coming from Boston, LA, Louisiana, lots of great places. I'm not limited anymore. I started scouting from the best tech schools and best schools for marketing programs. And so they definitely can work remotely. Oh, and how is COVID, nothing, it didn't stop anything.
Awesome. All right, so there was a mention of a great point, the motivation versus manipulation. Let's see. Okay, and what drove you to want to get interns?
I realized that I needed the help. I looked at where I wanted to go, and once I even realized that I could possibly have it, I just went for it. You know, I just go for things. If I see that I can try, you know, I'll try, and then if there's obstacles, I'll deal with those later. And so went for that, and it was the best decision because there's no way that I could get to where I was wanting to go by myself. And since I knew, I've been, when I said on the post the other day, let me teach you in 30 minutes what it took me 12 years to learn. I've been planning this for a long time. And it got to a point where I realized, look, if I don't get this big infusion of capital, what am I gonna do? Okay, well, let's just assume I'm not gonna get it. So what are my options? And that was an internship.
Awesome. How often do interns roll off?
What do you mean?
How long can you keep interns?
So you can keep, if the kids want to continue the internship, they can continue going. You know, it's usually for a semester. But if they want to stay on, or if they want to be an employee, and if you have those positions open, you can do it. The great thing about my business is that, it's by a contractual basis. So they can still continue working with me outside the internship, and they can become consultants with my company.
Does every school have that handshake program?
Most schools do.
All right. I'm not seeing any other questions.
I have
We
a
got,
question.
Mhm.
So, this is awesome because, as a business owner, you are a solopreneur, you're doing it everything, and it can lead to burnout. So my question is that, do you charge to teach people how to gather those interns? And then the next question was, what would be your best advice as to, I don't know, do you do it one at a time? Do you do 2 to 3 at a time? I mean, how does that work?
So remember, I said this is a long game type of thing. This is not something you can do overnight. And as you're doing it, you're going to have questions. Remember how I said, if you can structure a business, you can also start an internship. Just imagine the internship as a whole other business. Okay, it's a completely different animal. So just like when you were going to start your business, you had to talk to this one and that one and get help, and maybe somebody mentor you, or was that person for you. This is something that is going to take a few months to get set up. And so for that, I have a month-to-month consulting. Anybody can hire me as a consultant, and I can help them every step of the way, walk them through this. I also thought about making a course for this. I can make a course for it and then, charge whatever and make it affordable for.
That would be great. I think this is so, this 30 minutes was not adequate time for you to, because this is a great presentation, and I could see you making a course and then people wanting to take that course. I mean, it's amazing. Thank you.
Right. Thanks.
And the North Texas Entrepreneur Education and Training Center would love to host that course for you.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to do it. Just let me know when. Let's go.
I do have one other question also. Time frames. So do the universities give you a time frame to get all of your information kind of set up and in that portal, or is it really kind of, you get the access and then you build it as you're ready to build your company?
So the first part of the question, no, they don't have any deadlines or anything. For instance, the semester officially starts in August, right? But a lot of schools are doing their virtual fairs in September and October. So it really doesn't matter. Now, the second part of your question, what do you mean on that?
Good question. I forgot it.
Wait, you said, are there any deadlines? Do you have to have all of the stuff together?
Oh, like setting up your profile, like you were saying how you had to set up your profile and all that kind of stuff. So, but the first question kind of answers the second question.
They don't have a deadline, but the sooner you have all that stuff on it, the better. Because, for instance, if you don't have your profile all, filled out really good, even if you post a job and the interns go to your page, they're not going to want to do it, because it's kind of like having a website that's like old or barely anything on it. Like, you have to make that profile page just as attractive as your website, and they let you customize it.
Awesome. We have two really good questions. The first question is, how does a company benefit from having an intern? And then another question is, how many credits do interns receive?
So the credit is always going to depend on them. they have their own thing worked out, that their counselor is working out through them and their with them and their school and their advisors for their career plan. For instance, I had a intern the other day. He said, for this credit, I could either do this job thing, or I could do your internship, or I could just switch it off and I'll get the same amount of credit. I didn't even know that. So once they approve you, then they get, that's the school saying you are approved to be an accredited school credit for our school. You get what I mean? Them approving you saying that your program is accredited by their standards. That's why they don't let everybody in. That's why you have to have all of this stuff together first. That helps you. The second thing, what was the second thing you asked me? The second question?
The benefit of having.
Oh, the benefit. Well, first of all, like I said, it allows you to start building the structure, the infrastructure of how your business is going to have to end up being anyway. If you want to be an employer, you want to have a payroll, and you want to have an HR, you want to have all of this stuff, and you want to have people work for you, this is your way to learn from them also. It's going to teach you what things you need to have systemized and automated, and where your policies need to be. You need to have a company manual. It makes you ask yourself questions that makes you that much stronger, and it challenges you. And then, you know, you get to learn from them. They are fresh, you know, they're in school, or they're just right out of school. They have that fresh mind, they're eager, they're passionate. They can teach you a lot of things. And so having the extra hands and the extra eyes and the extra ears, the people who see opportunities, depending on what you're having them do, they can be a great asset. They can find clients for you. They can just do a lot of menial things that you don't want to do. But the best way to get something out of an intern is let them do what they're really there to do. Don't give them, you know, like you see on television, oh, go get me some coffee, or go get me some sandwiches or a salad. That's a misuse of an intern. Let them tell you their ideas. Let them teach you, and let them do what they're really there to do. Do not give them busy work. Give them important work.
That is all the questions that I have. This was an amazing, amazing presentation. I'm ready for the course 2.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I'm glad I was able to help, and thank you guys for letting me come on again.
Awesome. Well, we'll definitely have to have you back for part 2, 3, 4, or whatever, because this was great. So without further ado, we like to open this up for you. Thank you, Shirley. Put your contact information here in the chat box or anything like that. Be sure, we're going to leave it open for another 15 minutes or so. So if there's someone here you want to contact with or connect with, please put your information in the chat box for all to see. I see, is Clint still here? I think Clint might have left. Hi, Alan. So if there's any events going on, did he say hi?
Yeah, I just answered you back. How you doing today?
We're doing great. How are you?
Good. Fantastic presentation, LeBeau. Really enjoyed it. Already signed up for your mastermind class on how to put interns in business. So went to your website and did that. Very easy process. Thank you very much.
And I see Yolanda Powell is here also. Yolanda presented for us a few weeks ago on her amazing company, Passport Promise. So hi, Yolanda. So,
I'm sorry. Hello, everybody.
Yeah. And then Howie is here too. Howie Ratcliffe. Hi, Howie. Let me see if I can do his. So Howie did a presentation last week, I believe, on his company. So we love supporting other entrepreneurs. So please, everyone, put your information in the chat box. We're just going to leave it open for a little bit. I'm going to try to disable so some people can talk. So bear with me. I need an intern for technology. Does anyone have any community announcements?
I will, like always, the Center North Texas is moving along greatly. We are looking forward to our opening in August. So right now we are building the online community. We want all of our businesses, community stakeholders, interns, students, whomever, to create a free profile online. I'm going to put the link in the chat box in just a second, but we are creating an environment of resources for entrepreneurs. So I would encourage you, if you want to gain more awareness to your company, put it out there. If you'd like to offer a product or service to people, put it out there. It is a portal of resource sharing. So not just for your company, but for you as an individual as well. So I encourage you to create not only a company profile, but create a member profile as well, because we are building strong ecosystems over in Northeast Tarrant County. I'll put the link in the chat box.
Awesome sauce. Thank you, Jarlisa. I also wanted to add too that at 1 Million Cups, we love connecting and we love making sure entrepreneurs have the resources that they need to run and grow their business. And I want to add to LeBeau's thing about internships, focusing on the students that are in your particular industry. I know when I went to nursing school, we had pretty extensive internship, and the internship helped me learn more about, do I really want to be a nurse? Do I really want to go into this field? So for me and my particular business, I would focus on, healthcare professionals that are going to school for that particular field and be able to see a different aspect of healthcare. So with that being said, Shirley Staten put her information in there too. Thank you, Shirley. So who is here for the first time at 1 Million Cups? Anybody? We don't have any first timers?
I can see some
Hi,
of my
Monique.
here.
Welcome, Monique. Glad to have you. Okay, anyone else? Well, I thank you guys for your time, and please let other people know about 1 Million Cups, what it is that we do, how we are connectors. We always encourage, if you have a business that's less than 5 years of age and you don't know where to turn to 1 Million Cups. We welcome entrepreneurs. Oh, it's Rico. Hi,
Right,
Rico.
right.
How
It's
are
great,
you?
though. I'm
Hi.
good. I just want to say hi to everybody. Good to see
Yay.
y'all's faces when I get on here. I miss kind of getting together with you guys, but glad that we're able to still stay connected. Love the presentations today. I wasn't able to listen to them all. I was kind of on an appointment, but I was listening. I really enjoyed the LeBeau's presentation because I did not know that information about internships. So that was pretty interesting and informative. So thank you for that, LeBeau.
And Kim Finner has a question. I'm trying to unmute you, but if I can't, just put it in the chat box, please, Miss Kim. Thank you.
She says she needs a technology intern. Miss Kim is the owner of massage, True Balance Massage in Arlington. Arlington to represent.
Yay.
So when you are all stressed out because you don't have any interns to help you, until you get your intern, she can help you work out those kinks that's all up in your shoulders.
Awesome. 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 Is that your business, Miss Kim? Awesome. Okay. Okay, you guys continue to put your information in the chat box. We'll stay open for another minute or so. If I missed you, please don't take offense. Hi, Mama Sue. Sue Wallace is an icon in the healthcare industry, so she's here today too. She's my mentor. So thank you for tuning in.
Oh, that was a great presentation.
Yes, awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and shut it down. Please return next Wednesday. We have two more. No, I think we have another educational presentation. We have Michael Wilson with processology. So his presentation is going to be about always getting processes in your business so you're not running around in circles. So please tune in next week, and we love you, we miss you, and thank you for attending 1 Million Cups for Birth. Bye.